Introvert room. So I'm batching the videos because that comment that person left made me like, I need to like do something. I think I'm going to do longer videos on here. I feel like this is the space that people would like longer videos. I feel like this is more of an like an engagement type thing over here. My tarot channel, I don't know, like sometimes I'll be like, do y'all like longer videos or do you just want something that's like 10 minutes max? Because I can do both, but it does make me sad because I talk a fucking lot. If you get to know me, I talk like a lot, like to the point where it's just like, girl, like shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, for real, bitch. But yeah, so I'm looking on my like tarot channel, tarot YouTube side now. Anyway, but this section is about like becoming a little bit more aware of my desire, not necessarily to dress better, but my desire to like get back into beauty and skincare. And it's something that has been like on my mind and starting to come more into focus in the last, I definitely know in the last like year, mainly because when I was younger, I really actually liked fashion and makeup and stuff like that. I never really experimented with makeup and fashion though. Like I had like some eyeshadows and shit like that. I remember this like eyeshadow palette, right, that I got, and I remember putting all this makeup on and I didn't have a mirror, and when I went to the like fucking bathroom, and I was at church too, that shit looked a mess. It was like too much blood. It was like literally like when the clown was a little thing. It was like all the blush and stuff like that. And I mean, it wasn't as advanced. It was like the 2000s, like, you know what I'm saying, like the early 2000s ish. So like it just looked terrible. It looked terrible. It looked terrible. I just look like a fucking clown, and it's just like ridiculous. I like think about that. And then like the eyeliner, I was like never good at that. The little cat eye and shit like that, I could never do it. It was always like the thing with the cat eye is like, okay, neither side like matched, but like it really didn't match. It's not like one side was like a little fuller, you know, the cat eye. And then the eyebrow, you know, especially the eyebrow ideas, like they're sisters, not twins or whatever, even twins, they're fraternal twins, they could be, you know. So, I'm just thinking about like makeup and stuff. But yeah, like I never was like good at makeup, but I did like it. Like I did like makeup. I did like wearing it. Now, I wasn't ever someone who liked foundation, because, and I still don't, because I have really large pores around here, and I also have just not been the best with like washing my face at night. So I used to hate putting makeup on. I just like I don't like how it feels on my face. Like on my face, I feel like it's not breathable when I put stuff on. So I definitely would have to try very lightweight formulas, but I also just don't want that shit on my face. I would rather do like skincare and stuff like that. But as I get older, I want to experiment more and go back to that part of me that like wanted to experiment. I want to get my nails done. I had a horrible experience getting my nails done, not necessarily from the person working on them. It's because afterwards, like I didn't have like money to go back and get it off, so I ripped off the nails and I like ripped into my nail bed, and I mean like hella layers deep, to where the point where like my nails have never grown back the same. Like they've never grown back the same. They used to grow like way longer than this, and they used to be like, they used to get really long, and my pinky would be longer and stuff like that. And like after that experience, like I like fucked up my nails, and like it's almost like the nails are traumatized. So they still grow, but they don't grow like, I feel like, as fast. And then also being a massage therapist, like you need to keep your nails short. You don't really get to wear polish and stuff like that because it's like sanitation and stuff like that. They don't want it to like flake off on somebody be allergic to it. They don't want you have long nails and it you know, their grime and stuff gets under your skin or under your nails rather, and then you're working on like 2 or 3 clients, passing something on to them potentially, like stuff like that. So you kind of have to be like the most sterilized version almost of yourself. But now that I'm in like more officey type things, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back to massage jobs, I'm considering it. I'm considering it because massage, unlike other jobs, is very flexible in terms of your time. Like, you aren't expected to be there 6 days a week. Like, there's no expectation of you to be there 4 days a week. Like, you can get away with being there like 2 to 3 days a week, like for like 4 hours, right? Like, you can get away with that. Like, it's just like, if you don't get anybody, you don't get anybody. But yeah, I'm considering like, you know, getting my eyebrows threaded regularly, getting my nails done, getting like fake nail sets and stuff like that. I always wanted to. I just always am curious like how you guys are washing your ass. Like, really getting in there, like TMI. Like, I'm just sorry, but like that's something I always think. I'm just like, how are you guys like doing this, especially when they're like pointy? Oh my god, like what are you doing? But like, how are you guys like walking with that? And then also like when you get them done and then like you break one off and then you have like a set of 8 and you're just like, you know, the other ones look nice and now it's like that busted finger. It's like, you know, but I want to get more into it. I've grown to really enjoy skincare as well, and so I want to explore skincare. I really enjoy perfumes, which is why you saw a lot of perfume stuff on this channel. I just feel like I like that stuff, and I kind of feel like I denied myself that world for such a long time, trying to be like practical and thinking that it's kind of like frivolous and stuff like that. And I think the experience that I had when I decided to learn fashion and learn how to like make stuff was that I no longer considered it frivolous. I no longer considered it like, I no longer considered it frivolous, and I no longer considered it like just unnecessary. I considered it like a part of self-care and a part of just well-being, right? That like well-being is also partaking in things that you enjoy, even if they are considered consumptive, even if they are considered wasteful, I guess. Like wasteful, frivolous, you know, like there's things that we partake in that just, they produce waste. And I think this idea that like, excuse me, nothing you do is supposed to produce waste is kind of like weird. Like, you literally like excrete waste as a human being. So I just don't understand like this idea of like you're just not gonna be wasteful. People are like, I feel like they just go really far with things. You don't have like a balance. And I think as I get older, I do feel like I have a balance. Like, what am I willing to trade off in terms of like items that I buy or things that I partake in and stuff like that. Like, you know, I like, there's just stuff that I want to do that is consumptive and takes up space and, you know, makes a little bit of waste or something like that. And I don't feel like I need to feel bad about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I need to feel bad about this stuff. I think I also have come to accept that wanting things to be beautiful or wanting beautiful things is not, I just kind of feel like it's not like as vapid and shallow as people think, especially when it comes to like your surroundings and like just how that plays into your like well-beingness, especially your mental health. Because like when you have things that are beautiful, like, I don't know, you feel better. And beauty doesn't necessarily mean a certain aesthetic of putting on airs. It's just like something that's beautiful to you. It could be like a handmade cup, or it can be like some like blinds or like curtains or something, or like shelving or whatever. like whatever you find beautiful. It could just be like some sheets that you have that you find beautiful, and even like the quality of stuff that you find beautiful, right? There's a certain level of quality that you like want, right? Like you're willing to save up for it, or you're willing to like hold off on some things to get that one particular item. I just feel like, I don't know, like of course beauty, I kind of also don't like the idea that beauty, the way that we portray it, is considered like a first world thing, as though people around the world, regardless of income level, like want to look beautiful and have beauty standards across whatever society that they live in. Like there aren't, like, you know what I'm saying, like somewhere that doesn't have cell phones doesn't have beauty standards, or doesn't have like an idea or appreciation of beauty with regards to like whatever world they're living in. Like I never understood that either, right? Like that, especially like in fashion and stuff like that. I get that fashion is very much a perpetrator, and a lot of this stuff, but like the idea that like people in lesser countries, which I don't even like calling stuff like the third world or whatever. Like I feel like that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to call it the third world or whatever. Like I know that it's more political than anything, but like places like that, they don't consider, they don't have their own like fashion shit. Like they don't have their own, you know what I'm saying? They don't have their own hats or hair clippings or hair whatever, like rituals. Like I just be so confused. Like what are we doing here? Like there's just an assumption about this kind of shit. I just be like, what are y'all doing? So the older I get, the more I get into like this fashion and stuff like that. It's particularly skincare and particularly perfume I really enjoy. But I also, through unburdening myself and opening myself up to being an artist, I have come to like understand that I want shit to be beautiful around me. Now, does that play into my like neurosis about how things should be and my control freakness? Yes, absolutely. But I like things. I like nice things, and I don't feel like I should suffer and have an austere life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I should have a beautiful life, whatever that means to me. A beautiful life to you and a beautiful life to me are two totally different things. They may overlap, they may not. Most likely they don't overlap. Like, and that's fine. I feel like as long as I'm not like violating the fuck out of anybody to get my life and get what I'm trying to get out of life, like I'm fine with that. Like it may not look how you think it should look, but if it looks good to me, shit, fuck it. That's where I'm going. But yeah, wanting to like explore makeup and stuff, perfume especially. Oh god, perfume is like such a thing. I realized I wasn't necessarily like allergic to perfume as much as I was like tired of my job, my pharmacy technician job, because I got sick so much at that job, that last pharmacy technician job, to the point where I was like, damn, like I thought I was allergic to it, but now that I'm like not, I mean, obviously I need to be wary of like a lot of the stuff that they put in it, but this idea that I'm not gonna put some perfume on, one thing I'm gonna do is put some perfume on. Shit, that's what I'm doing. So undoing the ideas about myself and being deserving of beauty or not deserving of beauty has like helped me. So getting rid of that, knowing that I deserve to have beautiful things and will have beautiful things and can have beautiful things, they're obtainable in whatever form that I deserve or desire it to be, that I can go for it. And you know, kind of like healing those wounds. I feel like those wounds kind of come up like in, like they are more apparent in teenagehood, adolescence, right? Puberty, those ages, particularly the teenage years of puberty, they come up a lot. like more, and they're more pronounced, I think, because you want to be a part of groups, or you're being excluded, or you like certain people and they like certain girls or guys or whatever that look a certain way, and then you're trying to fit that mold, and then you're trying to figure out who you are and all kind of stuff, and then shit that just carries into adulthood, basically, because I feel like a lot of people out here are still trying to figure that shit out, and they like 35, 45, 55 years old, you still trying to chase after like the look that somebody else has, instead of like being in their own look or whatever. And we're all influenced by like looks, and we all have aspirations to look certain ways, right? That's why we buy certain brands over others. That's why we buy certain silhouettes over others and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's no point, whatever. And then I think about like mass production of fashion, and like how mass production of fashion, and how it does make us all look the same, right? And I kind of like feel like, for me, I kind of have this sense that like the tailor and the custom fashion maker is gonna like come back in some capacity, because I kind of feel like it's not gonna be an offshoot of thrifting, but it's gonna become its own little thing. I feel like people do want items that are custom to them now. And actually, does that? I don't know. That's not gonna drive waste up, I don't think. But it will drive like kind of mismatched. Like if you decide to like do away with your clothes, like it becomes very niche, to the point where like, I don't know, maybe like mass produced clothes are like niche too, but like because there's so many of them, it's probably more of a population or more of a desire to have those kind of specific clothes. But yeah, like if you like make clothes and then like they like you throw them out eventually, like how wasteful is it? Especially if it's like tailor made to you. And then like the idea, this is like such a ramble, but like these ideas in fashion too, that like, particularly with minimalism, and I get it, I like minimalism. I don't like the idea of the capsule wardrobe, because I feel like I always have the idea that it should encapsulate your life and not be a cap, as in like a certain number that you live. Like whatever your capsule wardrobe is should encapsulate who you are, not necessarily like you can only have like 12 pieces. What the fuck? Like what? Like, because people change and shit like that. I think sometimes minimalism and the approaches to fashion that people have is that like your style is like the core essence of you, and like that core essence is all you dress as. The core essence is just like allowing people to grow and change and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just be like so confused when people be having like these ideas of like find your basics, and it's like I get it, like we do all have like this one like thing that we gravitate towards. I think this one look or a few looks, but when you grow older and you change, and sometimes you're healing and you start to dress differently as you heal, right? Not necessarily just losing weight and stuff like that. As you heal, like certain things click for you, and you're like, I haven't been wearing things like off the shoulder tops because I got bullied in like second grade for my shoulders, or like when I was growing through my puberty stages, people were talking about how my neck was too fucking long and how I looked like a goddamn giraffe, and then like my arms were like so scrawny in comparison, and I didn't want to show my arms. Or like my mom, my mom had skin cancer or something like that, and it was on her shoulder, and that's where they found it, and like it made me scared to put my shoulders out, and now I'm finally like putting my shoulders, like shit like that. Like I think we're growing and evolving, and the whole purpose of this video, which is like purposeful but like purposeless, it's kind of like just like the healing journey I've gone through to want to change up my look and stuff like that, and the appreciation I have for where I've been, and appreciation for like what I have developed into liking, and what is out there, and the people who make stuff, and it's nice, and it smells nice, and it looks nice, and it feels nice and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, That's it. That's all. That's all. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Okay. Take care. Bye.